So volatility is continuing, especially at this level. So it went down below there. It in fact even broke that low and again has pulled back. And it is showing a lot of volatility. So my trade goes in a profitable territory and is pulling back. So this 500 level is acting like a very strong support. So that said, I'm updating my stop loss now to this swing high, right, which is 556. So that would mean like booking a loss of 20 odd points. But I think it's safe. So like, and seems to have like pulled back now. So there might be one last move down, but if it closes here, then it has even moved above the VWAP. So it has lost its trend in a way. And is changing direction. So I've updated my stop loss to this level. And looking at Bank Nifty, so Bank Nifty also sort of made a similar structure. It went down sharply and it has pulled back, but right now it is at the kitchen, and here my stop loss will be triggered. It is triggered now, so yeah, I'll be closing this trade, the put option. I mean, I'm still confused, that should I use this as my stop loss or not. But since it's an option, even if it doesn't go all the way here, it's better to close this trade. That said, it has reversed from the gap level. So another reason why this is perhaps better to be closed. So 1500 here, and it seems to have moved down just as I said. I close it. So I'll just set an alert actually. I think I'll use this only as my stop loss. If it goes here, then I'll close, which is 38,930. Sort of where I would have entered this trade. If it pulls back above that, then I should definitely exit. So I'll just give it a few minutes more, see where it goes. Yeah, so resistance at VWAP is good. It might just move down again. So let's hold on for some more time. Yeah. It's all because of the 15-minute cloud. So if you look at the 15-minute cloud again it closed below it and it has pulled back in it. And same for Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty 15-minute cloud, similar structure, went down and pulled back in. So could go much lower, and this might just be a minor pullback, in which case I should book these minor gains that I have and then get a really winning trade below these lows. So I'm undecided at the moment because it's in the cloud, so is the price. I'm hoping for it to establish itself soon before taking out this level. Yeah, the volatility is really high. I mean, it's not moving many points. I mean, it is. It's moved from 500 to 600, but it's been very undecided. This is acting as a very good support, but this acting as a good resistance too. So the price is not able to establish itself on the Nifty, and still same reason continues. The 15-minute cloud has now got resistance at the kitchen. Now, if it breaks down below this level, it's a definite short, and a confident short up to here. Uh, and Bank Nifty also same story. So Bank Nifty, I've closed my trade now. When Bank Nifty was here, I closed this trade. So now I'm out of trades. Net loss for the day. And this is because of yesterday's carried position that I closed early. So that's why that is showing again. But yeah, markets are undecided today, and hopefully it does not trigger this breakdown today itself, because falling on Monday would give me a nice re-entry and continuation. Whereas if it happens today, now that it's already 2 o'clock, it would probably not move significantly down from here. That's why I'm like hoping it doesn't happen today. Hopefully it happens tomorrow or on Monday. That is. Today's Friday. So, but the strategy as such has worked. I mean, reached its target, and I could have perhaps exited here, but I chose to hold on because I was sort of confident on the price action. I still am. Like, I still think that this is acting as a resistance and it's going to come back lower. So, considering a sell order below this, but at this point of time, I have not yet, sold. Even Bank Nifty, it has actually moved down, but it has not reached its target. So let me just look at the 15-minute retracement levels. Okay, the problem is it created a fractal of sorts over here. Otherwise, it would be a good healthy retracement of 50%, 50 odd percent here. Not exactly 50%, but it has actually formed a fractal here, in which case it is more than a 60% retracement. So short on Bank Nifty only below this, and no shorting sooner than that again, and it won't really add much value. It has taken resistance at the VWAP, but Nifty has broken above the VWAP, and now if it pulls back below this, so Nifty I'm thinking would give me one more short entry over here at around 520, 518. So counting on that happening, but honestly I should just short it below this itself. It depends on the momentum. Here also I shorted sooner because of the momentum, and had I entered here, I would have probably got a bigger loss. So in that sense, maybe I should at least short below the tick and sell P9. So 510 perhaps is where I would consider a short in this, or price could just keep moving up from here, and so this target is met. This could be the next target on 10 minutes. Can't really be certain. So at 15-minute VWAP though once. And so 15-minute VWAP is also trending down, but it has kind of turned upwards, and RSI is moving up. So that's the challenge right now. That OBV has also come back to its initial levels. So not a lot of consistent selling pressure. Like there was some selling pressure here, but many people got stopped out. So if you see the spike that happened over this, it was very high. So this once the swing high was taken out. That's the challenge it's facing, that people are not shorting heavily below these lows and are closing their trades quite early. So a stop and reverse strategy over here would have done well, because it would have gone back to not high, but I'm not really a stop and reverse kind of person, so not shorting or going long. But yeah, it looks like there's no trend today, which is good. Actually, it's good. So Nifty pulled back, went above the cloud, and is breaking down again. So I've gone short here. It's a little early, but the time is 2:40, so I'm expecting a sudden sharp move now, close to 2:30. So that's why I've shorted little preemptively. My stop loss is going to be this level over here, beyond which if it goes, I will go long actually. Like I mean, long to somewhere around here. So I'll recover whatever I lose, if I lose at all. If at all I lose. And same with Bank Nifty. Actually, I'm considering a short over here, but I'm not yet taken it, because Bank Nifty is probably now to get some resistance. It did well for most of the day, but now it's perhaps run out of steam. I don't know. But yeah, Nifty I've gone short, and I mean it's also in resistance similar to this, but so let me just show you the 15-minute time frame. So 15-minute time frame, it has now. Let me remove this. Yeah, so now it's come below and out of the cloud, and now it has broken below the kitchen. So this target is now in place, and I'm pretty sure it's going to go there. So I might just pull this straight till day end, and I won't carry it, but hopefully it performs well. Bank Nifty, however, on the 15-minute chart has not yet given a convincing short time, because it hasn't gone below the kitchen as yet, or Dickinson yet. But I think it will, like a few more points, and it's probably going to break below the cloud here as well. Same with Nifty, the Chicago span needs to break below the cloud, and then it's a really mouth-watering shot and say that. So yeah, that's it. And if this trade goes against me, I will take some time off trading and do some paper trades and just get my system in order, because it's been quite haphazard. So let's see, I'll just try to be a bit more consistent and trade a bit more uh, calmly. So, but I'm sure this is just preempted trade, but I don't think it's a wrong trade. And I hope it just makes up for all the losses of today. So here's why I never take a trade in the first 15 minutes, because it came down and broke the low and then it just reversed and hit my stop loss. And I know this and I still took this trade because I had a trade open from yesterday. So I wanted to keep that trade running. So I lost money on this for no rhyme or reason. But okay, I mean, like, it happened. Anyway, like, let's just see what the plan is today. So the cloud is bearish. Um, VWAP is rising, moving averages are falling. Indicators are sort of bearish, but price has moved up. So price action is not matching the indicators at this point of time. So I'll go short below this level actually, like, and it breaks down below these levels. So maybe below this low. There's no point waiting for this to break because the trend is sort of bearish. So it makes sense to enter somewhere around here. And my stop loss would be the moving average to be pretty close. So I could even use this initially and then trade it later. So if you see the existing trend, all right, that also has got stopped out. So this would be a re-entry in an existing trade sort of trade. And as for Bank Nifty, so I'm glad I didn't hold that put option that I was considering yesterday, because at least Nifty, remained down. Bank Nifty just gapped up and continued going up with, a surge in momentum. Um, so Bank Nifty has sort of filled this gap, and maybe that is why it, um, went back up. Like, there weren't many sellers over there, but I don't know. It's like very consolidating, right? In this whole period. So a break below this would be a very good shot on the Bank Nifty. Break below this would initially stop here perhaps, and then should ideally move down all the way here. So I don't know, I'm looking at it, and the second thing I wanted to, the other thing I wanted to discuss, I don't know for a second or what, was here. So you see, this is sort of why I should have checked the 15-minute time frame before taking the trade. Look at the larger time frame and get an idea of where the prices are before moving in your actual time frame. Because here it was, bound to be a bit choppy, and move randomly because it was just at the bottom of the cloud. So this pullback could have been anticipated. Even if at day end yesterday I would have looked. So always look at time the charts after trading hours. That is something I must start doing. I don't do that often. That causes it to give me problems. So well, now I know that. So the question is, should I short here or here? Okay, so like, the temptation to short here is because I made a loss and I want to cover it up. But good strategy would be to short below this low, and it depends on the momentum, of course. And Bank Nifty also same thing. So Bank Nifty, like I said, below this low is a definite short. It will perhaps stop over here today, being Friday, but it could go all the way down here. So Bank Nifty is looking like the better trade if a trade is triggered downward. If an up trade is triggered, then Bank Nifty will perhaps face resistance here. If an up trade is triggered, Nifty has a clear target established this high. So it depends when it gets triggered. So as of now, no open trade, one loss for the day already. But yeah, I'm expecting some good shorts to come in today. Nifty didn't really move, and I didn't realize I had put a stop loss sell order at 17,530. I forgot about it, so it got triggered over here. Um, so I have my stop loss set. Actually, it's higher. I have my stop loss set here. Let me just refresh this. So I have my stop loss set at the recent swing high, major swing high, not the recent one. Um, yeah, so here my stop loss is at this level. So I entered somewhere here, 530, 530 is my entry here. And these are my stop losses. So this trade is there. But since that trade was open, I actually didn't short Bank Nifty through spot. I short it in the future. So Bank Nifty went below today's open. So I've bought a put option here with this low, and it's actually a good short. At least it looks like a good short for me. So I've shorted it now. Uh, let's see. Bank Nifty target is quite low, 38,300. But Friday session usually there are low volumes and even volatility is usually toned down in the start of the day. Um, so let's like hold on to this trade. I'm not sure how it will move. And there are some these what do you call them, like global triggers, like the S&P is down because Facebook had negative results. Then Bank of England has hiked interest rates, so there are a lot of triggers for correction in prices. So a bearish outlook is validated by this consolidation in sideways market. So I doubt there'll be a major up move today. So that is why I've used this as my stop loss. A down move also might occur, but I don't know if it will be a very strong down move. So maybe Monday would be where it really moves with momentum down. But I don't know if today that will happen. But anyway, I have this trade open, so like there's it's just a wait and watch kind of thing. So hoping for Bank Nifty to go all the way down here, 33.55, and even further lower if it goes, then 38,000 is roughly my target on the futures. Mm. And as for Nifty, so Nifty, like I said, 17,430 is my initial target, and 15 minutes also it might just break out of the cloud, right? And in that case 14,370 is the target. So 14,360, 370 is my actual target. And it really depends on the momentum today. If suddenly there's momentum, then it might even go to 14,130 and 40. That's a lot of correction. Might not be justified or possible today. So this is actually honestly my target, 360, 370 levels on Nifty. Even though 5 minute time frame, this is the target. So it might reverse over here itself, in which case I'll probably get stopped out over here at this swing low. If it moves down, I'll trade my stop loss here. And 370 is somewhere around here, so it just might go like today. Let's hope it does. Yeah, Bank Nifty has now officially triggered a short below yesterday's low also. So quite weak. This chart is really quite weak. I'm expecting this to definitely move to 380. If this moves, then it should drag Nifty down with it. So Nifty at the very least should go to this 430 level. So yeah, I'm going to set alerts for these levels. But my main target is around 360, 370. So 375, I'll set an alert on Nifty. And Bank Nifty, my alert is going to be 38,400. Bank Nifty has reached the initial target, and it has actually moved below it as well. So usually what happens is when it meets these targets, it does not touch this target and it starts reversing, right? So here it has touched this target and gone below it. So I kind of expect it to continue moving lower. Maybe not right away, maybe it will pull back a little and then go. But I'm thinking that by day end, at least it should come below this once more. So I'm going to hold on to this trade unless, of course, it reverses and closes above my stop losses. But I'm not closing it right now at my target. Considering that I've been making losses, perhaps it would be better if I did do that. But I'm really, like, I mean, reading price action itself, it feels like there is some way for this to go. So monitoring this, see, I mean, look at the fall, right? And they're weak candles. It goes up and it gets selling pressure twice, thrice, and now also it pulled back, but again there is selling pressure. So this is like 38,800. That is sort of why they might have been buying where people's targets were hit. But I think it will go lower. So I'm holding this, and also looking at the 15-minute time frame, it has just broken below the cloud. So, this 38,300 is looking really achievable. Um, if it reverses inside the cloud and closes inside the cloud now in 15 minutes or 5 minutes, it hits the stop loss, then of course I have to close it, but not looking likely. So Nifty continues to kind of be very uh, whipsawy and directionless. Um, it went here and it has reversed quite strongly, and it has even closed above the kitchen. But my kitchen is still not below my entry, so this is not my trading stop losses yet. I'm still using this as my stop loss, but I'm going to just update it to this level just to reduce the risk, because it just might reverse all the way, and this might be a very late an exit. In fact, it reverses from here, this would perhaps be a target, right? So it would definitely go to here if it closes above this. So I'm updating this to my revised stop loss level. Can you take it further lower? Okay, so 600.55. Just checking what the high is. This high is 599 and my stop loss is 600.55, which is fine, right? Uh, let's just check Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty did almost the same thing, but it went lower than this. So I think it's just a pullback to move further lower, and so this target is still intact. But like I said, if it reverses from here, I should close this trade. So I'm just waiting for this to touch kitchen, and then I'll book my profits over here, or loss. I don't know. It's in a profit as of now, but yeah, let's see how this moves. Nifty, on the other hand, is confusing me, but I think by day end it should still go lower. So price action is just like kind of choppy for this. But if I look at this on 15-minute time frame, this is Bank Nifty, all right. This is a pullback for a further down move. A sort of retracement. It could be a sort of retracement. So this is like a 50% pullback. Might go even higher to 61 and then lower. So that reaches 38,560 odd level. So I'm counting on that. And just to look at Nifty on the same 15-minute time frame, I think it would be a similar structure. Yeah, right. So what has happened here is an initial trade has been triggered. Okay, so if I take this as my A point, this is my B. It retraced to slightly over 60% and then it broke. So it's unlikely to move to 400 here. Uh, yeah, but if I go to a larger time frame, it would be less messy, right? So yeah, larger time frame. This would be the A. This would be a 60% retracement, and it could go lower. But that's what, like, it might not happen today because I'm using a larger time frame. The whole problem is because on 15-minute it is in the cloud. It just pulled back inside the cloud again. But I'm still confident because the future cloud is bearish and these indicators are trending well downward. So holding on to this trade. Let's see how this goes. I use let's see a lot. I should stop. Anyway, yeah.